Hi everyone, Megan McCann here, and I am so excited to have these two ladies online with us today and to give you a sneak peek into one of our incredible speakers that we have meeting us in Santa Barbara of spring 2019 for the Soul Success Summit.
Yay!
I am here with my beautiful dear friend and Soul Success Summit co-host, Elisa Wilcox.
Hi. Hi.
Elisa, can you just give us a little sneak peek into who you are?
Yeah, of course. I'm Elisa Wilcox, and I'm an online entrepreneur. Like Megan, I've been an online business owner for almost 10 years. And I am a business coach. So I specialize in digital marketing and automated systems. So I like to help people make their lives easier and while making more money and doing all the fun things that come with being an online business owner.
Who doesn't want that? Awesome. And we are here today because we are going to have a little chit chat with Miss Christy Westerfeld, who is an online attorney, and she's also a legal resource for online entrepreneurs, which I know for me, like when I first met you, I was like, can we chat?
Yep.
There's so much, right? So Christy, thank you so much for jumping on with us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here and so excited for the summit and can't wait to talk more about it.
Yay, perfect. So I know as an attorney, well maybe I do and I don't know, that there's a lot that goes into that. So can you, in your best way, kind of tell us a little bit more about, what you do and who specifically you would help?
Yeah, absolutely. So like you said, I'm an attorney and legal resource for online entrepreneurs and coaches. So I kind of have two different things going. I act as an attorney for people in California, which means that we actually form an attorney-client relationship, and I do more detailed work for them. But the other part of my business, and really the more relevant one here, is I act as a legal resource for online business owners and coaches. And what that means is I provide tons of training, legal templates, information about trademarking and business entity creation, and really all of the important information about actually having a business. So who I work with is really primarily women, primarily coaches, but it's anybody who has an online business, who has questions about or doesn't know where to start with making sure that they're actually legally protected when they're growing, and then more importantly, scaling a business. It's so important to have all the right things in place. You want to actually keep the money you're making. You don't want to find yourself on the wrong end of a trademark infringement lawsuit or something because of a photo you posted, or it's so easy to make a wrong move, I think, with the internet, and making sure you're not stealing someone else's copy accidentally or on purpose. So I really just help people navigate kind of how to start their own business from a way that's legally protected and legit.
I love this so much. Christy, I'll share something really quick with you. I learned early on in my business the importance of these legal templates. I was lucky enough to find a resource kind of early on and bought her legal templates, and those now are forms on my website that protect me from people asking for refunds or clients not following through. There's a lot of reasons to have these kinds of forms available, and so thank you for making that simple and available to all of us online business owners.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you have that on your website, like you said, because it's a lot of times people don't realize they need it until after something happens. Like you said, they have a problem client or customer, or they get a cease and desist letter saying that they've done something wrong, and a lot of times then it's not to be negative, but it's almost too late, because you've already gotten yourself into the problem. So it's important to be take preventative measures, if you will, with this stuff.
I have a question for you. As entrepreneurs, what is like one of the biggest mistakes you see new entrepreneurs make from a legal aspect when it comes to their business?
There's a few. The first one is quick, and that's just not having a privacy policy on their website. So I know there's kind of, if you've been following the whole Facebook, how they got in big trouble for revealing data, that's the example, but on a much larger scale. For us as small business owners and online entrepreneurs, the same rules still apply though. So if you're collecting any personal information from people, which most people do in the form of name and email, they have some kind of opt-in or freebie or newsletter, they're trying to grow a list, you have to, by law, have a privacy policy on your website. So I think that's number one. And then the other thing that I see is people just not taking their client agreements or their contracts seriously. I've seen people just kind of copy someone else's or just pull something they find online, or not have one altogether. You'd be surprised how many people are just like, oh, it was just an email. I don't know. She seemed great. And then something happens and there's nothing in place. There's no rules. So it just kind of becomes this dramatic free-for-all about, well, what about refunds? What about, what if I want to cancel? What if all of these things. So I think those are the two main ones: no privacy policy, and then not taking the time to get a proper client agreement in place.
So when it comes to the privacy policy, you see templates, and I know that you do this as well, where you offer legal resources in the template form for entrepreneurs out there. Do you recommend going that route, or do you recommend actually hiring somebody like you to customize it for your business?
I think, so there's a couple things here. A lot of resources that provide privacy policy templates are very, very vague in general. So those I kind of caution against, just because for something like a privacy policy, you want to make sure that it's a fit for what you're actually doing. So the reason a privacy policy is important, and I'll keep this short because it's kind of boring, is you're basically telling people, it is
So funny.
It's not lost on me that this is but to keep it short, you want to make sure, like, the point of the privacy policy is to tell people what information you're collecting and why. So it has to be relevant and correct. So for our purposes as online business owners, most of us have like a Facebook pixel on our website where we're tracking visitors. We have, abilities to check what websites people have been to before ours and after ours. There's this thing called like heat sense, which blows my mind, where you can see where the mouse is hovering on your website, so you can see like where people are gravitating to, which is awesome, and I want it. But anyway, there's so many ways beyond just names and email that we're collecting people's personal data, and all that stuff counts as personal data. So when we're using templates, we want to make sure that it's actually saying all of that stuff. So a general template that you can get for free online is probably not going to be that sophisticated, right? It's not going to include all the Facebook pixel stuff. It's not going to include, everybody was panicking about the GDPR a few months back. It's not going to include all of those additional privacies that you need. So I think a template is okay as long as you get it from somebody who, like myself, or there's a few other people that do what I do, that is specialized to online business owners, so that it contains the right stuff. And I also always tell people, if you're questioning it, if you're not sure, you can always ask me, or, refer it to a local attorney and just get confirmation, does this protect my business?
Awesome. Love it. Well, thank you so much for all of that. Is there anything else you would like to share? I mean, being that the summit is specifically a group of entrepreneurs, is there any specific message you would like to share from a legal aspect to female entrepreneurs?
Yeah, so I think kind of looking at it on a more holistic and broader level, legal protection is so important in your business. It not only, like we've been talking about, it not only checks all the boxes to make sure you don't get sued, or you know how to handle a bad client, or a client that goes rogue or can't pay or whatever. But there's also a mindset piece of it that I find is so important. I think, and it's so cool to see in my customers kind of this confidence that comes over them when they have this in place. Like their mindset shifts to, actually wanting clients, or they know what to do once, if something goes wrong. So there's not kind of that energetic like resistance that I think some new coaches or new entrepreneurs have to actually taking people's money and getting started. And so I think if you're in the position of not having this in place yet, or not sure if you need it, or it's something that you think is overwhelming and boring and you're just like, oh no, I would really encourage you to, at the summit, to listen and to engage and to really open up your mind to getting your business legally protected. It's more of that confidence and mindset shift, in addition to, actually protecting your business. There's a piece to it that I think energetically opens you up to receive more business and to feel ready for that.
Mm.
That's such an excellent point, Christy. I love that. And I feel like it's, you set up your business, you have this vision, you hope that it works, but then when you take these steps, as far as plans for investing and plans for, legal protection, then you're a badass. Then you're really taking care of business. And you're also able to serve your clients better because there's clarity in your conversations and the boundaries and all of that. So I think that's such an awesome thing to bring up.
Totally. Yeah. And I think exactly like you said, think about when you have a registered trademark, you're actually legit. You have a certificate that says like you own this.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing to see come together, that it goes from, like you said, kind of an idea to, okay, this is actually what I'm doing. And I've actually put this stuff in place. I've created a legal business. I have a registered trademark. I have, legally correct and accurate, contracts. And it makes you feel, I think, a lot more of a real business.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I love all of this. Love it. And I'm so excited to hear more, because I am certain you are going to be having 100 women who's like, Christy, I want this.
Yes, I need a contract. Help me.
Yeah, I think it's, I really try to make my trainings, my talks, relatable. So I will do my best to not make this like boring law professor talk. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a mom, and I try to make it as real as possible to say, okay, I understand this is not the sexiest topic on the planet. I do, but it's important. So let's see if we can make this interesting and exciting to be taking your business one step closer to being legally protected and being, feeling legitimate.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to hug you in Santa Barbara.
Yes, I know, me too. I can't wait to be back in Santa Barbara.
And remind me, which summit are you speaking at?
March.
The March. Okay, that's what I thought. So Christy will be one of our selected speakers in Santa Barbara, March 30th and 31st at the Narrative Law, just steps from the beach. It's going to be so amazing. Blend of yoga, meditation, mindset, but then also a lot of what you do, the masculine piece to our business, how to protect yourself, how to make more money, how to set up systems. I know, Elisa, last time you had a badass business strategy funnel session that was so huge for a lot of the women out there. So I just can't wait to see you there and to see, the type of connections, the type of light bulb moments that are going to happen for women out there. So if you would like to follow Christy and see her there, we do have an affiliate code in which you get to save $100 off your ticket. So, woohoo! So if you visit thesoulsuccesssummit.com and you click the link to purchase your ticket, you enter Christy's first and last name. Would you mind spelling it out just to make sure that people get it right?
Yeah, it's Christy, Christy, Westerfeld, Westerfeld.
Perfect. So you enter that at checkout, you get $100 off your ticket, and we will see you all there.
Woo!
Yay!
Yay! Thank you again so much. And we'll see you.
I cannot wait, you guys. It's going to be amazing.
I'm super excited.
All right. Have a great day, you guys.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.